Happy Friday. You made it to the end of the work week here. Matt Noyes, good to be with you with 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. All of our videos all the time at 1degreeoutside.com. Look, bottom line in terms of what's going on, we are going to be right on the edge of returning deep humidity later today. And as we get into the late day, the evening, and the night, that does fuel the chance for thunderstorms and downpours with torrential rain to develop. A lot of times when you're right on the leading edge and it comes in during the late day, that can result in some kind of what we call training rounds of thunderstorms, one that follows the next, that follows the next, that follows the next, and that can lead to isolated flash flooding. So it's something we're to watch for. Meanwhile, with the abundant humidity in place for both weekend days, this certainly raises the chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. And then the new pattern that we've been talking about in Insights over the course of this week at 1degreeoutside.com. The jet stream pattern changes, and by Tuesday, you have what we call a trough that comes in, cooler air that's allowed to come into New England a little bit. And you're actually going to see that. If you didn't see our monthly forecast, check that out on our homepage. You're going to get a rundown on what we see happening for the month of August. We think that pattern holds for quite some time into the course of the month. All right, look at the dew point temperature for today. We're back up, running about 70 degrees. Yesterday, we started really humid. You probably questioned whether or not the humidity would drop at all. It, of course, did as the day went on. Some of that drier air aloft mixed down. Now you're going to add it back in. Northern New England, not as humid as southern New England for the course of the day today. In terms of precipitation, look, a lot of the day is storm-free. You have to go out into the early afternoon, and then you start to find these isolated downpours or an isolated thunderstorm. Most of the action, for those of you that watch from upstate New York and eastern New York State, right? But if I go into the late afternoon and the early evening, more and more of these start to pop up. See what I mean about that training action that may develop here? Look, this is just to give you the general idea. I never, from this early in the morning, advise that you take this to the letter in terms of the timing. That's why we created the app the way we did. And that's why I would say get our app, go to the radar tab, look at past plus future, which always shows you where the storms have been, where they are, and where they'll be over the next few hours. But nonetheless, as we get to the evening, you've still got these areas of downpours and thunder that'll be around. Before all that happens, it's a great day. I mean, you've got temperatures around 90 degrees. Some of us get over 90. When you get to the Cape, we're well into the 80s. Yes, there's an increase in humidity. We absolutely feel that. The farther south you are, the more into the humidity that you get, the sooner you get into it. The north you go into central, southern New Hampshire, central and southern Vermont, the longer it takes that deeper humidity to come into play. And that's why when we looked at the forecast for the radar, you don't see a whole lot of storms reaching these areas until probably sometime deeper into the evening. And in northern New England, actually the air is still fairly comfortable, all things considered. I'm not going to say it's not humid, but it's not terribly humid anyway. Your temperatures are running about 85 to 90. A lot of 90-degree temperatures show up. Same thing when you get into the great north across northern Maine or into our Canadian provinces for that matter. We had warmth yesterday. You still have warmth left over today. Look at this. Some of us will still push 90 degrees, believe it or not. Overnight tonight, look, the showers that you get in southern New England, they'll lose some intensity, start to break up a little bit, but they also tend to expand northward into central and even parts of northern New England. Why? Because that humidity is on the move, and that's why many of us have a chance of showers and thunder over the course of your weekend. You can find that in the Insights video from yesterday, or we'll get the new Insights video up in just a little bit. A reminder on the 14-day, or to use the radar like we talked about, grab our app. Just search Noyes 1 Degree Outside Weather. It's going to pop right up on both the App Store and Google Play. Have a great rest of your day. See you again with another update in just a little while.